Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to another match of the Final Fantasy V Career Day Randomizer. This is our first match of the tournament on SpeedGaming, so just want to say happy to be here, and also thanks to Randomania that has been streaming every single one of our previous matches. Tonight I am here with WindFox 470. He's probably busy getting everything ready. And the race, of course, is between IBKarma and Freddeh. This is the upper bracket. I believe neither of these racers has lost yet. Otherwise, that would bump them down to the lower bracket. So this should be a great match.
All right, and I am here. The runner should be starting up here any second now.
Who made this amazing new layout that I see?
I don't know, some of the community, some random dude. I created this is the layout for this race, for the SpeedGaming.
Very nice.
Looks really nice. A lot better than I thought it would. Yeah, like you were saying, Dry, this is the winner's bracket is the semifinals for the winner's bracket on the top side of the bracket.
All right, and we have begun. Going to be a lot of looting to start off. This is Tycoon Castle. Keep your eyes peeled. A lot happens early in these seeds in terms of equipment and abilities, and the dancer job even. Things like that. We're going to be furiously taking notes for the first 10 or 15 minutes or so here, just trying to keep track of all the stuff that the runners are collecting.
Yeah, the first check here, Tycoon Castle does have 12 chests in it, as well as those of you that have played Zelda Ocarina of Time. There is a hint system similar to Ocarina of Time. So we're picking up 15 total hints throughout this seed to kind of guide us on where to go. Yeah, it's going to be hopefully a quick seed, but sometimes they can get super trolly super fast.
Yeah, we've got a couple of good racers here who know how to go fast. But every once in a while, Career J just throws you desert areas have nothing of value. Hey, finally a Baron hint. I haven't seen one in forever.
Yeah, that may be one of the first ones in the entire tournament with the Baron hints.
And it's a Knight start as well. That's our first look at the starting job. So Knight and Dancer are available to both runners.
Yeah, two physically damaged classes, definitely front row fighters. Both can put out a lot of damage. Obviously, the Dancer is very RNG dependent. Depending on what gear you find, does rely on one of three pieces of gear to make it really viable.
Yeah, Dancer has the potential to be sort of your glass cannon that actually does even more damage than the Knight, but you do need the right gear for it. So we'll see if any of that pops up and if we want to use it. Ribbon is usable on Dancer, so that's kind of a nice thing to find early.
Yeah, nice damage boost there with that ribbon to put on the head slot. Which means with that, we'll be looking for the rainbow suit or the red shoes if we can. Dancer early does have one of 4 random attacks that it can use. If you get one of the 3 items, whether it's the rainbow suit, red shoes, or the tiara, it removes the tempting tangle ability and applies those odds to Swords Dance, which is your damaging ability. So they're going to be looking out for one of those 2 items.
Yeah, that would give you a coin flip chance of rolling Sword Dance, which is pretty nice because Sword Dance does pretty massive damage. Let's see, players are checking the shops. I see Mute Spellblade, which is always useful to pick up. Useful against a number of bosses.
The love spell, very situational. Good enough for only one boss in the game. Freddeh decides to skip out on the love spell.
I see Mirage Radar is present in World 3, so that's not going to be too helpful to us for a while. But that is the hint from Zoc here in Tooltown, the first town of the game. A hardened dagger, if the ninja job shows up, that's a ninja weapon. And a strong one.
Yeah, definitely one of the top end ones for the ninja, especially if you pair it with, you know, the chicken knife, everyone's favorite weapon. One of two weapons that in the vanilla game scale based off of how many enemies you kill versus combat you flee. Already set to max stats in the randomizer.
I noticed Karma did buy the love song, so that may be a factor later.
Yeah, love song, you know, useful, you know, for the Bahamut fight. Good for pretty much cheesing that fight, preventing him from casting the Mega Flare, which will almost always one-shot your entire party.
Yeah, everything, question in chat about these items, everything in the game is from vanilla except the Cursed Shield, which is actually in the game's code. It was not in the actual game. It's been added back in. It's just a shield that doesn't really have any block to it, but it gives you added defense. I can't think of anything else like that that's in the randomizer that you might not see in vanilla. Yeah.
Karma's selling that ribbon. Already had plenty of gil. I'm kind of surprised he made that call to sell that kind of early the way he did. Especially
Karma's the kind of player that will do that because he likes to have a lot of money early, from what I can tell. And you're probably going to either find another ribbon along the way, or you're not really going to need it, and it's worth a lot of money. I'm not saying I would necessarily do the same, but I can understand it. Also, he bought Ninja, which I like as a play as well.
Yeah, finding that ninja with that hardened dagger. My guess is selling that ribbon, Karma may go over to the ninja strats. Ninja having that throw ability, definitely one of the better early to mid game abilities. Being able to throw the scrolls and weapons for a large damage output.
People in chat are reminding me that the Mithril Staff is also not in vanilla, but again, it's one of those items where it is coded into the game, so the randomizer has put it in. Mithril Staff has very little bearing on the game. It's just a slightly stronger staff that most people just immediately sell.
Yeah. All right, we see a little bit of divergence here. Freddeh going into World 2. We do have World 2 open in our race settings. In Surgate, we'll be getting an additional hint here. While Karma's staying in World 1, in Karnak Village, we'll be getting the Karnak hint here in just a second.
I saw Big Bridge Key World 3.
Yes.
So, again, won't be seeing or doing anything with that for a while, but hey, it's information that could be useful later. I also noticed the Aegis Shield for sale in World 2. Here it is. I think it's in Surgate Shop. That's worth noting or maybe even just buying one outright. Yeah, remembering to come back maybe later.
Yeah, having 4 knights, finding that knight crystal early, or we started with knight actually, maybe worth just buying 4 right away and just holding on to them because you will be using them.
Yeah, Karma bought 4. They're pretty darn handy. The Aegis Shield, Elder Branch, darn it. Something about Elder Branch.
Elder Branch is in World 1, yeah.
Okay, interesting. Don't know, that's not a very detailed hint, whether that's on the path or not, we don't really know. But Summon 3 in the back of Surgate Castle is really nice. Summon 3 is like, kind of covers you for a couple of the best summons in the entire randomizer, so I like to see that.
Yeah, Summon 3 is kind of what everyone kind of prefers to go with, is as a minimum before they start using the summons with that Golem and Shoat. For the instant kills or physical reduction of, I believe it's 3,000 damage is how much he'll absorb before he falls off.
Oh, and the more forest is on the path, says Kelger, so that Elder Branch will be important.
So that
But no, yeah, I mean Golem blocks damage based on your level. 3,000 is just sort of a nice ballpark because it's less than 3,000 when early on, and then it can climb to up to more than 3,000 later. But roughly around 3,000 is kind of how much it blocks.
all right. One thing I did notice, Karma did save before entering the town of Moore. We do have 2 checks here.
He gets
Find
red
some rich-
shoes,
Is he gonna
but
save
he
Scumber?
reset.
So Karma usually does this. He will check the first chest. It looked like for a second there he was going to keep it because he started to run upwards, but then reset. He probably remember he sold that ribbon. Decided he's like, no, I sold the ribbon. Let's check the other one and see what it is.
He's going to reset again because red
Yep.
shoes are better than the
Yep.
revive ability.
So losing probably a solid 20 seconds there with the double reset to get those red shoes. Freddeh climbing Hiru Valley Mountain right now. Some really nice checks up here. Can get some really nice loot.
Ooh, sorry, I just saw that he got slashed.
Yeah, one of the best instant kill abilities in the game.
And white mage, interesting. Hiryu Valley paying off. I think you got to check the boss here. Put slash on everybody and check the boss. See if it's an instant kill.
Yeah, the only thing you'd really be worried about would be like Guardians or something like that, because they'd move much faster than your party does. But if it's like an Odin or a Ramu, which is slashable, I think Odin or not Odin.
Yeah, Ramu though is yep.
Yeah, Ifrit is not. I believe he is heavy.
Right. I should mention that Freddeh also has found Golem in Hiryu Valley, so it's really paying off. Although I don't know, I think it was Karma that got summoned 3, so Freddeh will have to keep looking for that. Here you call in World 1 as another hint.
That was in Ruger.
Yep. Oh, no, that was in Mua, I think.
That was Mua? Okay.
There was something else in Mua that was really good, and now I've already forgotten what it was that I think Karma bought, so keep your eyes open for whatever that was.
Alright, Carmen now in Ruger.
Saw something in the Moore shops.
Yeah, there's something there that he bought or sold his inventory down to get it.
Lost Kingdom on path. That's an easy early check. That's a World 1 check that our runners will prioritize. Oh, it's Odin. It's almost like you called it.
I know. Not
Odin at Hiryu Valley is a quick reset.
Yeah. Not slashable. Is break or shootable or break
Yeah.
blade. Any of those will instantly kill. Break blade obviously the preferred one because it is 100% hit rate.
Karma is at Sealed Castle Kuza, checking the 12 things here. Can only take 3 at the start of a seed. So let's see if any of this is any good. I haven't really... Oh, a chicken knife is pretty nice for dancing.
I see him snap picking though. Did not snap pick. I was going to snap pick that.
I also like... Ooh, running shoes. He took immediately. I also like Holy, but the thing is, he doesn't know about that white mage. Freddie's the one who knows about it. So I don't know if Karma will take Holy or not.
So I see him grabbing that chicken knife, and the Holy goes with the rune axe. That's kind of an interesting pick there.
He'll be fine if he gets another tablet before the X-Death fight, because he'll probably know to take Holy in that case. But if the tablets in this run are backloaded, and if he has to fight X-Death without Holy, that'll make it a little bit harder for him.
Yeah, so we know Freddeh.
Angel Ring for money, sure. Yeah, it's a good sell.
So we know Freddeh's first trip. Ooh, that's a interesting one.
A lot of World 3 hints makes me a little worried that you might have to do a lot of World 3 checks, which are kind of take a little while, some of them.
Yeah. So Freddeh's probably gonna head over. I was expecting him to know he's gonna do some more hints. I was expecting him to head over, get his Ruger and Sealed Castle checks done. This first trip when he gets there will be much more lucrative than Karma as well. He will pick up that Holy, he will pick up the running shoes, and probably the chicken knife. Will probably be his 3 picks.
Yeah, I would. Let's see. I don't know if Freddie went with Dancer, but he might just take Chicken Knife one way or another. Running shoes are pretty much just an instant get for everyone, I would expect. Question from the chat. The Bal hint was Steamship Key is in World 3. And here we have Minotauros. Can we throw something at him to kill him?
Do we have the Assassin Dagger? I don't think we do.
No, don't think so. But if you had javelins, which unfortunately I don't think either of our players do, you could throw a couple javelins and that might do it. Ooh, Sword Dance. That's half of his health, almost half gone now. Karma has reset out. He doesn't think he can win the fight. The chances were kind of low. Freddie, on the other hand, buying some mix ingredients. I haven't seen Chemist or Mix. I could have missed it, but you know, these are things that you might buy right at the start anyway because they're pretty cheap and you're going to probably need them later.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of it either, unless one of them's hiding either one of those in one of their menus here. Freddie heading over and getting a sealed castle. We're pretty sure we know he's going to take, but he could throw us a curveball and grab like an angel ring to sell or something, but they seem to be good on Gil right now.
Yep, I think we're going to see Freddie take running shoes and holy because he has white mage. The third thing, chicken knife would be a good choice, but I don't know if he feels like he's got the right team for that.
All right, there's the running shoe snap pick. Almost everybody snap picks that one.
The holy, he just grabbed holy instantly too. Yep. He's waiting to see on that chicken knife.
That doesn't surprise me. I could see him going with one of those rings to sell, to get some extra gil. It's definitely a defensible play to do that. But I definitely see him picking up that chicken knife.
There he goes, grabs it. So he doesn't. He must feel pretty good on money, and also pretty good that he'll be able to make use of that knife. Meanwhile, Karma buying some scrolls, which is a great thing for your ninja to throw.
Yeah, we've seen Thunder and Fire Scrolls already. So definitely a lot of throw ammunition early here. I'd say from here, Freddie probably doing the last couple hints that we have available, and then probably clearing bosses. None of the hints we have are really directional in what we need to do. They're all very vague.
Wall's Kingdom is like the most directional thing we have, and that's pretty early, so I expect they'll check it. But they might do standard, weakest bosses fights first. I did notice that Karma bought some light staves, which can be broken to cast Holy. So he definitely does have the X-Death fight on his mind. We'll see if he checks Hiryu Valley to get White Mage here after Kelbtown, which is right next to it. It looks like he's about to. And there he goes. Okay.
And Freddie dropping 30,000 on one of those gold pins. That's probably one of the best pickups right now with Holy with the White Mage. Drops that mana cost from 20 to 10, so he can spam those. Once he finishes his first dungeon, he'll be spamming infinite amounts of them pretty much for the rest of the seed.
Freddie looking at another potential big experience World 2 check, which is the Moogle Waterway here. This has 5,000 points, but if he can do some Holy Bombing or a Slash to instant kill, that could get him a bunch of levels early, potentially. And a lot of money, wow. 18,000 in a chest helps offset that 30 that you just spent.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually goes back and buys another gold pin at some point.
Leviathan's not going to be easy with this low health, so that's a reset. Didn't bother to try any further.
Nope.
But now you know some info, and Karma has just picked up the White Mage job. So he knows now what he's going to get when he goes to the castle for the second time.
Alright, look, Freddie going back into Moogle Waterway, probably going to grab the couple chests that he found in here, and probably warp shutting out.
Yeah, he wants that money.
Yeah, the 18,000 is a lot.
And I expect to see some boss checks soon. We're pushing 18 and a half minutes and still haven't done any, which is a little bit later than I like to try and get to my first boss fight.
Yeah, usually I try to at least start clearing World 1 bosses between the 15 to 18 minute mark. Both runners are definitely prioritizing shops and hints and chests way more than I've seen either of them do.
I think maybe because they have money, they feel like, well, might as well just shop and get good things. Sometimes when you run out of money is when you go to, say, Wind Shrine, because there's some loot and that crystal shard loot in there. So that would be my guess, is that they're feeling pretty comfortable on money, which is why they're doing so much shopping.
Yeah, that excess money definitely, especially the World 2 shops in general, and the chests in there, they're the higher tier loot, so it tends to pull you more towards those shops in World 2 and the looting over there.
First boss of the match, Carlobos, which is barely even out of his, only about one slot out of where you would find him normal. He's in the Wind Shrine. He dies to a Thunder Scroll instantly. Easy win. Freddeh taking the gold shoes and not doing any sort of resetting or anything, so I think he saved a little bit of time there. Hazelnut, ooh, tasty. Ooh, okay, some pretty nice stuff. The throw ability, which if you didn't grab Ninja, having throw is pretty nice.
Alright, and Freddeh following suit, coming up to the Wind Shrine. I see Karma going straight to the Torna Canal after healing here. Probably just going to do, I guess you'd say, the storyline vanilla routing for dungeons. Only level 6. I could see him going to Waltz Kingdom knowing it's Path of the Void, but probably wants to get to at least level 12 or so with these next 2 bosses.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of loot in the ship graveyard as well. This is a 2-check situation here. Shouldn't be too bad. Both scrolls and you win this fight here.
We do have Catastrophe here, one of the super late game bosses in the vanilla game, an optional boss. Or no, it's not optional in the vanilla game because he is in the jail cell.
Right, he's required. The nice thing about Karma here, he got Ferris turned to stone, but that condition is going to be automatically removed. Ooh, Here You Call. That is, there was a hint about that. I think we just had a hint saying that Here You Call was in World 1, so it may or may not be an important pickup, but it was mentioned, so there's potential there for that being important. But anyway, yeah, the petrification is automatically removed after the canal fight. Everyone gets restored to the full because of the vanilla cutscene, which of course the randomizer skips.
Yeah. And
Ooh,
Karma,
choked.
yeah, Karma
Choked
also
in
finding,
the graveyard.
He also found Dispel in one of the earlier checks there in the graveyard. Definitely one of the top end white mage spells.
There's so much good stuff in these race flags, even in the early checks, that you kind of don't want to skip very much looting. You want to loot even an area like the ship graveyard. Got some good stuff.
Yeah, no, I've actually had a seed where Haste 2 was in the ship graveyard. It was really, really kind of weird to see, but the tiering overflow threw it in there.
Yep, that can happen. That's for sure.
As Freddeh finishing up his catastrophe, getting his Hear You's Call.
So the races are sort of settling into the same checks at the moment. Karma having probably a slight lead here. Bronze scrolls, not bad. Got the attack with the chicken knife, also not bad. And that's enough. So Apocalypse, also known as Azulmagia in later versions of the game, is down. Didn't learn any blue spells from him this time, but well, he's out of the way.
Chat mentioning Freddeh skipped the chest that had the break sword ability.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
That's kind of big.
That could be huge. Yeah, I mean now, but Shote is also in the ship graveyard. If Freddeh picks up Shote, he's kind of covered. Although Breakblade is more reliable against something like Odin, so may not be important, or it may be much later. We'll have to see. This is a standard Karma check. I assume he's at the Waltz Meteor.
Yes, he is. He
This
usually
one gives good experience. Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to this almost right after the ship graveyard almost every time. It's the highest experience spot in World 1 with one of the lowest hit points. So everyone in his party is going to gain roughly 8 to 10 levels right now.
Yeah, this spot probably will be adjusted in the future or something. There's adamantite. Okay. The thing about that spot is the hit points are usually 6 times what they are in the randomizer, because the Puroboros boss is there, and each one of the individual Puroboros has 1,500 hit points. But the randomizer, whatever boss is there, only has 1,500. So probably the hit points and the experiments are a little out of whack because of that. But it's a really nice exploit for now. Ooh, I saw Chemist and Karma bought it right away. This is Carwen Town. I usually make a note about Chemist and hope to find the mix ability so I don't have to buy Chemist, but it looks like Karma wants a Chemist right away, and he's gonna train up a couple of them as summon users or something.
So I see him going for Quad Chemist, and then probably putting Summoner or some sort of damaging ability on the off slot.
Yeah, you're right.
Kill a couple bosses. Yep. Probably kill a couple bosses, get mix on everyone, then flip everyone back to their damage class.
Yeah, and see, Karma also has those light staves that he can break. The Chemist can actually do that for you, so maybe he's also thinking that he's got that as another backup. He's got a few different ways to do some damage, get some instant kills and things. Oh, the float spell, always nice to see. That's in Waltz Town. A Chemist cannot equip rods, only staves, so it can't be a rod breaker.
And Karma finding that third elemental scroll there with the water scroll. Having all 3 now, so if we run into one of the bosses that's weak to water, he can just throw those.
Freddeh has Shote there, but it's not using it. I mean, I meant to say Ifrit. Why not use Ifrit here and take out 3 commanders at once? Yep, White Mage as well can use those staves, but we need to train the Chemist at least a little bit here if we're going to get mix. There's another hint we haven't seen yet, the Waltz Scholar. Pyramid Page World 1, I don't think that's going to matter. Because we got a hint saying that desert areas have no value. Okay, there's Freddeh with the slash. Now the commanders are gone. By the way, this is Shiva in the Shiva No, it's not. Sorry. Nearby. It's another one of those nearby bosses. It's not in her vanilla spot, but close by.
Yeah, we're only missing one available hint, and that's the library. I know Karma will not head to the library until he gets Ifrit's Fire.
All right, so that could be a divergence that means something in the race if Freddie decides to go to the front half of the library early. Atmos at the Shiva location should be a freebie once one person is down, and once again, it's Lena.
The meme resumes.
And he did break Light Staff, and that should probably do it. You need 1500 damage. Oh, a little short. Just, okay, gonna break another one.
Yeah, buying those early Light Staffs definitely paying off for him. Yeah, Gallows damage, 500 more. Kind of unfortunate that he had to use 2 when he could have just used 1 on Gallows, but didn't know that at the time, so...
Yeah, Galf must have the best, must be wearing the best magic gear. Elder Branch, ooh, that's interesting. We know that that is required because more forest is on the path. So going here is required, and it looks like both of our racers are going to do that. So everybody but Lena learned Mix, it sounds like.
Yeah, Lena did unfortunately die to Atmos, so missed out on that AP to learn it.
That's okay. She can be chemist a little longer while the others pick up the slack in the other jobs. I'm sure that'll be fine.
So I know one thing that I saw in one of the shops earlier was we did see Control in one of the shops. I'm surprised neither of them purchased Control and then farmed to like 5 or 10 Dark Matters and just start using Death Potions.
Yeah, that's a great strategy. I did not see Control myself, but yeah, getting farming prototypes or even just getting some levels from a shield dragon, which we've seen in a recent race, gives you a nice leg up on levels and power.
Yeah, I believe it was Slackaholikus that did the shield dragon strat in there in the sealed castle.
And I've also done the strat when I wanted to learn Mix on my chemists. I gave them all Control, and we got a bunch of Dark Matters for money, and we got a bunch of levels from farming prototype.
Yeah, Dark Matters, a lot of people don't know those things sell for, what is it, like 12 or 15,000? So
yeah, I believe it's 15,000.
Yeah. So another way to farm a lot of early gil in the first usually 15-20 minutes of a seed, if you know it's a very low gil seed.
Yeah, and it's nice to have a bunch of Dark Matters for mixing up Death Potions. It makes your mix ability something that you might leave on for quite a bit of the race, because that's fairly common boss weakness, and it never misses, which is a really nice thing to not have to deal with things like magic evade and enemy level, as long as the boss is vulnerable to that status, of course. Wow, Karma did some looting at Moor Forest, and now is going for the boss. This is over 31,000 hit points here. Could be difficult, or it could be an instant kill, which it is. Siren showed it.
Yep. He's pausing, just double checking. So that's
Very
a
nice
kill. So if we don't receive a key item here, it is a Fork Tower Steed.
Yes, let's hold our breath and see what happens here. Ooh, Ifrit's Fire. Okay, so it's gonna loop back to the library.
All right, so Karma's gonna go straight to Ifrit to the library now. Check that hint. It's the only hint we don't know yet in World 1 and 2, and we'll full clear it.
Yeah, might as well full clear the library at this point. Yeah, Vaughn, that looks right. Oh, Moogle's suit was given from the Tycoon Meteor. Interesting. Oh, Freddie's probably going to cash that in right away. I would if I were him, just because that loot is really nice.
All right, that last hit was Flying Lanka Ruins, Path to the Void.
Oh, really? Amazing. Well, we have the adamantite, don't we? At least one runner, if not both.
They both have it, yes.
That's another good World 1 check to do. After the library, probably Karma will be headed there. Meanwhile, Freddie getting the high tier loot from Moogle Village. Easy win against the Tyrannosaurus, who dies to a Phoenix down. I believe that was Bahamut that Freddie found. Coral Ring, Guild Toss, Magic Sword 6, another Dark Matter, Rune Axe, Crystal Armor. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
Alright, so Karma has one piece to the puzzle. Freddie has the other piece of the puzzle for the Ted Ned fight. Karma with Mix, Freddie with Guild Toss.
I would say Karma is ahead in terms of proper progression, but Freddie is ahead now in terms of just resources, I guess you could say, for at his disposal.
So, interesting development. Karma did pick up Tablet 2 on that first boss in the library. Still has not gone to the back yet. So both items here in the library are required.
Yeah, interesting. And just showed Ifrit. He's in a French vanilla location here, back of the library instead of the front.
But I think after this, we're going to see Karma go straight to the Flying Lanka ruins.
I agree. That's where I would go next if I were him. Let's see what he gets for a reward. A bracelet, double required library. Wow. So Freddie needs to figure out to head to the library soon. Hopefully will, but it's going the other way for now and catapult. It's the golem fight. This will be an easy one. Up in Flying Lanka ruins is Karma versus Arcuavis. This fight takes a while because there's a lot of hit points here.
Yeah, it's a 5-phase fight. Usually the first 4 you fly through pretty quick and don't even know it. It's when he dies and resurrects himself for that 5th phase.
Yep, this takes a while. I mean, the hit points here are like, I think it's 11,500, and then you got to divide that into 5 equal parts because Arcuavis actually has 5 forms, even though the transition from the 4th to the 5th is the only one that's actually shown. Nice 6,000 damage sword dance, and Golem is down.
Alright, so he'll skip wading through the Golem cutscene there.
But no key item at the catapult or anything. Freddie getting more loot here from the Chocobo Forest. I think what... Oh, okay, so what Karma's doing now is actually the double lance plus chicken... No, okay, never mind. He's dancing with the chicken knife. I thought he was doing the double lance chicken knife on the ninja to override the run, but no. Which, honestly, with red shoes, I'd go dancer. I'd give that dancer the chicken knife too. Yeah.
Definitely.
Question from chat. Yes, Freddie does have Golem. He found it in Hiryu Valley for free. So killing off Golem was no big deal. I do see javelins for sale in the in this town, but Freddie did not buy them as far as I could tell. Javelins are a really nice throw item for the ninja.
Yeah, they're essentially the 4th stackable throw item that's dirt cheap, deals physical damage.
Yeah, costing only 100 gold each is actually cheaper than a scroll, and they're like a mid-tier spear. It's really nice for the early game to just throw for like a couple thousand damage and kill things that way. Okay, so Arcuavis goes down.
Freddie works his way over to Lanka Meteor.
Clearing meteors is a... Oh, there's the anti-barrier. So Karma has found access to Exodus Castle. And that other tablet to get a little more loot before he goes in. I think he's in really good shape. Freddie slashing the abductor, and all of a sudden that fight's over. Karma's going to clear out the back of the Long Ruins just in case, which pretty standard play. Kind of looks like he's skipping the loot to save some time.
Yeah, I know here in this area, Karma will only check the 5 chests over on the right side. That's the only one he said he'll ever check because they're super quick, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's checking the 5 there, and then we'll probably just rush straight to the boss.
Yeah, that's high density, and look, got your favorite weapon out of it, the Yoichi bow. Nothing doing with Hunter yet here. I think I did see it for sale earlier, but I don't know if either player bought it.
No, it was definitely one of the shops. None of the players bought it. Having Dancer with the chicken knife when they had it, there's really no reason to get the Hunter when you already have that high damage physical class.
Yeah, I agree. X-Fight has its uses, but it's not necessarily the greatest thing all the time. Okay, the Arcuavis location is... This looks like either a panda. Okay.
It is a panda.
2,000 damage from a scroll is pretty nice. You lose some of it to a drain counter, but if you stick with those flame scrolls, I think you'll get there. You need to do 8,000 damage without any drains to finish him off. Freddeh, I think, had a faster Arcuavis fight just because of some nice sword dance luck.
Yeah,
Speaking of sword dance luck, oh, he got the slash. Sorry, the fight's not over. This is becoming the menu boss situation here, which is just a fun little quirk to see. Okay, it's just a ribbon award, and then Karma's going to grab this loot as well from the crystal shards.
So I see Karma equipping that ribbon on his Dancer, replacing the one that he had sold earlier.
And that'll give him things like immunity to instant death and petrify and some other statuses, and a bunch of stats too. Okay, so Freddie's pretty happy probably to have found the anti-barrier. Has not gone to the library though, so Karma has the lead in terms of having this tablet, gonna cash it in, and then probably gonna head right into Exodus Castle. I expect Karma to grab Holy because he does have White Mage from Hiryu Valley.
Yeah, he's probably gonna grab Holy, and probably, I think there was a crystal armor in here he may pick up, as well as one of the guard rings.
Yeah, he'll probably grab that guard ring. Tinkerbell's pretty awful. Genji armor, might as well take that. Best non-cursed armor in the game. Were there 2 guard rings there, or was it something else that he grabbed?
There may have been 2, but I'm not 100% sure.
I just saw the word guard. Okay, so it was 2 guard rings. Yeah.
Okay.
So he passed on one of them, but then when he saw that the last check was another one, he just took it. So rare footage of the Hiryu being used to a variety of places, and good call on Karma's part checking the fleet, because I believe we do have a hint about the fleet. Well, we have a Hiryu call hint. Hiryu calls in World 1, so Karma is following up and seeing if this might also be a required check.
Yeah, the hints generally tend to nudge you in the direction you need to go. It does happen so often that the hints are misleading and can send you in the wrong direction. Karma just following the hints before hitting this castle.
If he wants levels before going into Exodus Castle, this is a nice way of sort of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Like, if you have some doubt about this check, you figure I should probably check it. And I want some more hit points before I go into the castle. So I actually think this is a really good play on his part. If it turns out to be just an absolutely awful boss, well, it might not be as good of a play. But Ramuh can be instant killed with Slash. I don't know if Karma has that equipped at the moment. You can instant kill him with a Death Potion mix if you have one. There's Slash. Okay. Could miss, but it hit. First try. So, easy win. Very nice. Meanwhile, Freddy's taking on a panda. Let's see how the sword dance and drain luck goes for him. Some drain counters. Oh, third tablet. So it pays off big for Karma. Only needs one more tablet to get into go mode, and we have some hints that might help him out a little bit. Let's see. We've got a couple World 3 mentions, the Mirage Radar and the Steamship Key. But I think also we'll know more once we clear Exodus Castle, because I expect Karma to try and kill every boss on the way up.
Yeah, I see him definitely full clearing this entire thing. Especially if we happen to find that fourth tablet. At that point, it's grinding for levels to get strong enough just to face the Void and Ted and Ned at the end.
Yep, Carbuncle down in the basement, which is sort of a French vanilla location. After 3 nasty spells, shortly after, he becomes vulnerable to something like Shoot or Slash. So it's all about just waiting and surviving here. Kara is the target, it seems, for now. Okay, that's 2 people down, but he's got summon ready to go as soon as that cursor drops.
Yeah.
Freddy going back to... Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just saying, Freddy's gone back to the Battle Castle gate to fight Minotauros and one-shot it with a sword dance.
Yeah, super fast fight. Only has like 3,500 there at that spot.
At 2,500, yep.
2,500. Yeah, I was going to mention that on fights like Carbuncle, there's a nifty little trick. You can hover your cursor over the boss. Whenever a boss changes form like that, where there's no real visuals that he does it, once your cursor drops back down below is when you can start casting your spells to kill Carbuncle. Karma picking up the blue skill. That's going to be probably important when we get to the end of the game.
Yeah, you're never sad to just get blue for free. So he just got it for free raiding the castle here. And yeah, some blue spells can really come in handy as you go. Some of the sort of probably the most unique spell list in the game is the blue magic.
Yeah, everything from the level spells to White Wind, Big Guard, obviously the one everyone wants.
Yep, the best safety spell in the game, defensive spell. All kinds of cool stuff you can do with blue magic, and if you have to reset to put the ability on, usually you're not losing too much time.
No.
Now I wonder if Karma... Yeah, he's walking on the acid, taking the damage, so he'll probably just tent up before the next fight.
Yeah, Karma, the way he does the castles, he will probably do the Gilgamesh 4 boss before doing the Carbuncle spot. He said that's usually what he traditionally does. He'll run down here, tent, save, and then do the Gilgamesh spot.
Yeah, you could do it either way. I like to do it in the other order, but there's nothing wrong with the way he's doing it at all.
No.
I will say Freddy going back to Hiryu Valley to get this check. Ooh, Timmy. You don't like to see Timmy because Timmy
No.
hits really hard. If you have level 5 Doom, you can instant kill him. Other things that can instant kill Timmy would be a death potion. If you can mix one up. It doesn't. I don't. And then you can also slash him. It's just that he has both armor and shell cuts the chance for slash to hit in half. Plus, he also has some significant magic evade. So the chance of slash working is not that high, and yet gets it first try.
Wow. RNG definitely in his favor right now, hitting all the slashes when needed.
Wow, that is big, actually. Because Freddie might end up struggling with that fight. Karma just got through a tough fight very quickly. Yeah, you can dispel. That's right. And both of our racers do have the dispel spell, so that helps too. Removes the shell from Timmy. Timmy the turtle. And a nice pickup of the Mystic Knight job as well, which is useful, although I believe we have Magic Sword 6 already. So you could just slap that on a ninja or something if you wanted to, and it would effectively be the same thing.
Yeah, we do have Magic Sword 6. Karma having the Break Blade spell. Freddie does not. He skipped the chest there in the graveyard.
Okay. Well, Freddie did just pick up the break spell from the forest, but I don't think he has any way to cast it since that's requires black 4.
Yeah, I don't think we have any of the black magics yet, any level of it.
It's time for Karma to throw those Thunder Scrolls against Soul Cannon, weak to Thunder. This will be over soon.
Yeah, this spot, was it 22,000 on this spot? Yeah, it clears it really quick.
Yeah, only 15,000.
15? Okay.
Sandworm bait. Interesting. Don't know about that being important, but you never know.
So we know Sandworm bait's not worth anything because we did get that Tycoon hint that said that deserts hold no value.
Yes.
So that is just a throwaway item. Probably just pick literally just for the experience for that one.
Yep. And Karma should be in pretty good shape for experience. Now, Freddie we know that he wants to be here. This is required to clear the forest, and also just Jote's Siren, so he's in good shape there. And Karma's going to go full on White Mages with the summon ability and just bomb with Holy.
I'm definitely not surprised by this move at all.
We put blue on someone too. Interesting. All right.
We didn't see any Sage's staffs in the Sealed Castle, so no boost in damage.
Right. That's unfortunate, but it's still going to be so much damage because of Excess Holy weakness that it won't even matter.
Yeah.
What are we going to see? 5,000 instead of like 7,500?
Yeah.
Probably holy damage per cast.
I mean, even at 5,000, that's still with 4 White Mages. That's 2. What is that? 2 rounds, and he'll be dead.
Yeah, you only need 7 holies if they're doing 5,000 each to win. Yep.
Karma setting up a golem just to kind of bypass the physical damage he may deal.
Yeah, that's a good move. I would put up golem as well. Freddie beat Califisteria over on the other side. Doing like a full clear of all the meteors, I think, is sort of Freddie's plan over there. Got the shrine page. Interesting. And I think this was probably... no, that was Karnak meteor. Okay.
Yeah, one of those key items that could randomly come in handy in the shrine if there's something there at the end of that one, that Karma could end up last locating.
Yeah, it depends on what Karma has for a plan to after he clears Exodus Castle here to try and track down the last tablet. I will say though that you know something like Karnak Meteor takes almost no time at all to check, so you would think that Karma might go there sooner rather than later. And Exdeath goes down. That is a really fast clear of Exdeath in his castle, less than 54 minutes. And Karma is already has only that last tablet to find. That's really all he has left to do, and then he can go into the void and take on the end game.
Yeah, at this point, there's really only one of two. There's one of two strategies most players will do. Some players will just start back at World 1, clearing the fastest checks possible, or they'll just follow the hints that we have. And since we don't really have any hint on where that fourth tablet is at, we may see him go back to World 1 and just start blitzing through World 1 and World 2, getting all those checks finished. SpeedGaming 4 has joined us with the raid.
Welcome to the Raiders. This is Final Fantasy V Career Day Randomizer semi-final tournament bracket. Good to have you with us. So what would you do in this situation, WinFox? It looks like Karma is going check Fork Tower.
This is definitely not what I would do. If I was in his situation, I would probably go back to World 1 and clear everything in World 1. Hopefully find the... Actually, no. I would go to World 3, because we do have that hint for Mirage Radar in World 3. So I'd be doing the fastest World 3 checks to try to find that Mirage Radar to get the Mirage hints. To hopefully...
So like Tool Pass maybe, right? That's a quick early World 3 check. But it looks like Karma's not faking us. He actually is going to check Fork Tower. He's doing real well. He probably thinks he's even ahead. There's the bracelet over on Freddie's side. So Freddie now has full access to Exodus Castle. Karma might be going for just the ability to see what bosses are here, and if they are instant killable, it could be two quick checks. And if they're not, at least he has info on one or maybe two bosses that he can come back and clear later.
Yeah,
but you don't see this very often, such an early check of Fork. People tend to fade it.
Yeah, this dungeon is definitely one of the more hated, disliked dungeons that people tend to stray away from, because it is two bosses, but you only get 2 party members per side. Luckily, the hit points are, a little reduced compared to the rest of World 3, but the bosses here can make this an incredibly hard dungeon.
Yep. If they're not vulnerable to what you have equipped, you're going to have to reset, and sometimes they're not vulnerable to anything that you have, and then you have to try again later. But there's a lot of people that complain about Fork Tower, but I actually like the way that it is set up. It's a sort of high risk, high reward, and it's a challenge. People have suggested that maybe we should be told what bosses are at the top up there. I don't know. It's a randomizer, right? It should be a random boss.
I mean, at this point, I think the boss we would want to see the least would be
this one.
I was going to name this one, or Stalkers can be really bad here.
Okay, so Karma reset out of that. I think he's probably going to fade that for a while. If he has to, he can check it later. Here's the thing. Yeah, now he's going to Tool Pass, taking Boko there. That's the play that safer play that we were sort of suggesting. But you're right. I think that if I'm Karma, what I'm kind of looking for here is the Mirage Radar, because that's 2 more hints. And also great shopping to get into Mirage and such.
Yeah, I think there's really 2 items you would kind of want from here based off the hints that we have. Would be that Mirage Radar, or even that Steamship Key. Steamship Key opening up.
That's 2 checks.
Yeah, the 2 bosses. 2 World 1 very fast bosses, as well as some decent loot in the Fiery Escape in Karnak Castle. This boss is one-shottable with the slash if it can land on the boss.
Ooh, every single slash missed. You don't see that too often.
Wow.
And then 3 of them hit, so not a big deal.
All right.
That's why you stack some slashes against that boss. There's a lot of targets there. Here you flowers down. Here you plant, I should say. And it's flowers. And the falls page. Interesting. I don't know if he'll continue to chase that or not.
I bet if he had the sub key, he probably would.
Right, we have no sub access, so not going to be chasing that, at least for a while. Karma looking to do the Odin check. Okay, that's probably like one among the fastest World 3 checks that isn't gated. Oh, he forgot to do Balcastle Gate earlier, so he's going to do that first.
I like this play. It's 2 quick bosses right next to each other. He can do this one, get the item, run over.
Why not, right?
If I remember correctly, this one was Shrine Page, I believe? Or was it the Moogle suit?
You know what? I don't have anything written down for this. Tycoon Meteor I have gave the Moogle suit. Okay. So this is nothing.
Okay.
Just some experience. Meanwhile, Freddeh is working his way through Exodus Castle. This is not a bad time. I mean, he's in the castle at the 1 hour mark, has already beaten 1 boss. It's just that Karma got here really, really fast.
Yeah, Karma just followed the hints in such a way so that it led him to Exodus Castle, much quicker than Freddeh.
What was the check that Freddeh did that couldn't have given anything too amazing that Karma didn't already have, right? I thought there was like the Moogle suit.
Yeah.
That hasn't been a problem for Karma. Like, he's been able to beat every boss easily so far. And I feel like the longer you go without needing the Moogle village, the less you need it. So, turning out fine for him, I'd say. All right, the Shrine Page. Thank you, Vaughn. So Freddeh has Shrine Page 2. That's one thing that Karma does not have. And Freddeh has Guild Toss from the Moogle Village. And Karma doesn't have that. So, Karma might end up spending a little bit of time in World 1 if he can't find anything easily here in World 3. And that will slow him down a bit, but I still think that he's got the lead overall.
Yeah, all he has left in World 3 is this boss right here on the Odin Cave in Fort Tower. After that, he will have to go back into World 1 and World 2.
And Freddie's done even some extra World 2 stuff as well. But I don't think Hiryu Valley paid off as anything special.
No, it did not.
Steamship Key, well, you called it. The Odin spot.
Alright, I can almost guarantee he's going to follow that. He's going to warp back to World 1. He's going to go straight to Karnak and do those 2 bosses.
Might as well, right? Oh, looks like he's also checking some meteors because those are really fast. He might hit multiple meteors, actually, before he goes to the steamship. We'll see. Karma doing a really good job of making quick decisions and also even being efficient with like the amount of traveling that he's doing. As soon as you warp to World 1, you're right next to Tycoon Meteor. Might as well do it. Next, he'll go to maybe Karnak Meteor because it's on the way to the steamship. You know, just being really efficient with those checks.
And Karma will be getting his Moogle suit here.
Ah, yes, is this the spot?
So he will be getting that gill toss. I don't see him following this right now. I see him finishing these World 1 checks and then going and getting the Moogle suit.
But it looks like he's going to World 2 for Moogle suit check immediately. Over on the other side, Freddeh is fighting Timmy, and now this was the fight where Karma got a little bit lucky. Does Freddeh have... Oh, it's such a shame he doesn't have Ice 3 Spellblade, because that's an instant kill on Timmy. Not sure if Freddeh has a good way to get a quick kill, and this is 30,000 hit points, so he's going to reset out real quick. Does he have the ability to do like a death potion mix or something? Might slap mix on somebody. Looking for it. Oh, slashing. Okay. If he goes with the slashing like Karma did, he might be a little bit luck reliant. But it could work out just like it worked out for Karma.
So we know he has the death potion available because he did get that dark matter that was in Moogle Village. So we know he does have that death potion available.
Yeah, sometimes you want to save it for later, like avoid boss or something. Or even do something like use it real quick on this boss, and then if you don't get a reward, reset so that it goes back into your inventory and you can use it later. Oh yeah, get a dark matter from Soul Cannon as well. That's right. So he should have a couple. I think.
All right, Karma in the Moogle waterway. Going to be facing, I believe this was Leviathan, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Freddeh reset out of this, and I'm not sure that he came back either. So this could be an interesting check. Karma going with Holy, risking a counter, but it probably won't kill him.
Yeah, I don't see a tidal wave killing him. Probably dealing half his life if it counters.
Sword Dance will do the rest, so worked out just fine. Okay, nothing at the Moogle Waterway. Okay, so Karma going back to World 1, probably going to hit Karnak Meteor and then the steamship. Meanwhile, Freddie's trying to get that slash to connect. Karma, with the good RNG when he got it, surprised me. He's got 2 slashers, though. I mean, eventually this should work.
Yeah, one of them, like, statistically will
mix
have to
is
land.
available. I think he's going to go for the mix now. Phoenix down. Where's the dark matter? It's probably buried in the inventory. Oh, he's got 3 of them. Go for it.
Oh, yeah, he has plenty.
And like I said, if he wants to, he can reset if this doesn't give anything, which I don't think it does. Lilith Rod. But with that many already, I think he's in decent shape and just take the win and move on. Karma taking out Calfisteri, easy meteor fight, just cleaning up what he didn't do earlier, which is fine.
I think this was the shrine page, is either this one or one of the other meteors.
Yeah, I think
it's done.
It's this one here. It's a new key item for Karma, but I think he is just going to keep doing the... I think he's going to go to Steamship is what I think. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, so it's a World 1 check. 2 bosses actually in this check. Plus we do have that hint for it.
Yeah, it was actually mentioned, so, you know, it may or may not be useful, but at least it's giving you, there's some reason. There is a decent reason to go here. 2 checks, and it was mentioned in a hint, so.
Or we could see the super trolley chain that leads to like a gold shield.
Hey, Dr. Randolph, just want to mention that Wind Fox on commentary here was the guy who made the shiny new layout, so I'm glad that you are enjoying it. Freddie on the X-Step fight. I want to say Karma was done with X-Step Castle at about 53 or 54 minutes.
Yeah, it was just before 54 minutes. Incredibly fast to clear X-Death. Probably one of the faster times I have seen of a World 2 clear.
Yeah, me too. I mean, sub-hour is definitely what you're going for if you're doing Castle X-Death percent, but in that case, you'd probably skip some of the X-Death Castle bosses. Karma killed them all as well. So yeah, really fast World 2 clear time. Gisa at the steamship is just a one-shot. It is already over. But it looks like Freddie will be done in about a minute 10 or so. Ooh, sub-key at steamship. That opens up a lot of possibilities. I'm not sure if I'm happy about that, but maybe.
I know I wouldn't be, because it opens up, what is it? Barrier Tower Falls, the History Falls, Underwater Walls Tower, so there's a lot open that just opened up for him.
Yeah, and the trench, yeah. Oh, you need trench page too, but yeah.
Yeah.
It opens up a heck of a lot.
I see him doing anti-barrier first, because that is the fastest of the checks available.
Yeah, he can skip the chests and just run straight to the top. That'll be pretty quick. Yeah, I guess I'd have to take a look and see if there's anything else he hasn't checked. Has Karma done the catapult and Lanka meteor? Probably hasn't done those yet. He might do those first.
No,
actually, I mean, let's not talk about it too soon because, of course, we actually have the Karnak escape fight reward as well, which might give something useful. Yeah, Freddie checking the Sandworm Desert, which we know is barren, so that's a little bit of a surprising check. We know this isn't going to give anything of value, but it's really quick. It'll be over soon. I think she's immune to Holy, but it'll still be over pretty quickly.
Can we call this Merging French vanilla?
Well, I consider the Sandworm check sort of a World 1 thing, but technically you can probably... Yeah, I don't think you can do this check in any world except 1, so I wouldn't really call it that, although in a way you're right. It is not far from...
Just different dimension is all.
Her merged world location, yeah. Oh, SpeedGaming 2 is rated. Welcome, Raiders, to Final Fantasy V Career Day semifinal tournament match. Sorry, Career Day randomizer. As if you couldn't tell from the random color sprites on screen. Just a Lamia TR for Freddie, which we knew it wasn't going to be anything too special.
Crayclaw on the Karnak escape. One-shot boss.
Gives nothing.
Both bosses giving nothing on the steamship. Except for that, the sub-key. Which could be a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, so Karma is in a tough spot right here. Kind of needs to just blindly check and is going to do catapult into Lanka meteor. That's 2 checks in World 1 and they're pretty quick and easy. We know that they don't have anything because Freddie already did them. If you're Karma, I think this is the right play. You just do quick, easy checks. On the other side, Freddie is fighting Byblos. You don't use Holy on Byblos, but this is North Mountain, and it's a really easy check that both runners actually skipped. That could have been done extremely early. This is World 1 North Mountain.
Yeah, at this point, neither player is in the lead nor behind. They're both looking for the same item.
I just am giving the edge to Karma because he probably has cleared more checks and he's just been faster in general about doing it. But that does
Yeah.
not mean that he's got it wrapped up. Freddie just needs to find that last tablet first, and then we'll leap into the lead. Pyramid page, I don't think you want to see that.
No.
And hopefully Freddie won't go to the pyramid or anything, because we know that's not going to be useful. So if you're really going to work out the logic as Karma, do you think he'll fade North Mountain until
That's
World
hard to
3?
say. Question in chat, Drossi. No, we have 0 hints about 4th tablet. It is literally a guessing game for 4th tablet.
We have some very vague information like Big Bridge Key is in World 3, but we don't know where. And actually, most of the other hints have already been pretty fully checked at this point. So we're looking for something to give us access to more hints, or just a lucky find that sort of leads us along the right path. Now, we have taken a quick peek at Fork Tower, and we saw Necrophobe on the right-hand side. And reset real quick out of that. That could be a thing that we need to do eventually. We'll see.
What if this whole time that our path to the void for Moor Forest was the Fork Tower, and it was just baiting us the whole time with that tablet?
I mean, that's a possibility. Karma could have tried to set up to beat Necro, and probably could have done it if he wanted to, but he knew it would take a little time, and he also doesn't know who the boss is on the other side. So I mean, he made the play that I would have made, but it's possible that both of us would make the wrong play. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't see Freddie going to Fork anytime soon, though. So in a way, it was a safe. It's actually sort of a safe thing for Karma to fade. He still has more information about Fork than Freddie does.
Yeah.
Even if he does need to go back there later. Meanwhile, Freddie is doing Here You Plant at the Tool Pass, which gives the Falls page if he can get through the fight. Both runners searching for that last tablet. It's a little bit just luck of the draw. We only know about Necro on the right side of Fork Tower. We reset out of that, or I should say Karma reset right out of that. And so we haven't even seen what's on the other side.
Alright, Karma going to World 3. All we have here is Falls. We do have the Shrine as well. And the
Right.
underwater walls.
Checking the shrine. This is there may be some looting going on. There's quite a bit of loot in here. And the boss has relatively low hit points for a World 3 check, so Karma trying to slash the gargoyles, but they're heavy. You want to jolt them or doom them if you can. Then they do their funky thing where they will revive the other one if you're not quick, so it can be a little tricky.
Yeah, this boss definitely don't holy them. They absorb holy.
Oh, Sword Dance will do it. And Alistair in chat called it. This is a vanilla check because the gargoyles guard all of the tablet areas in vanilla.
And Freddie picking up that Falls page there from the Tool Pass.
Where will Freddie go next? I haven't...
He may head to Shrine, because he really doesn't have... I mean, outside of the couple checks that Karma's done, all he has is Shrine page, and that's it.
Yeah, he is going there. So both runners are now going to the same place. That'll be interesting to see how they do here. I'm just going to try and compare levels. I see Freddie at like 31 or so. Karma's got to be a bit higher than that. You can slash the machine head, although it's not a guaranteed win. Ooh, the dance didn't come through either.
Instead, just going to absorb some MP.
As you can see, Freddeh did try to shoot a gargoyle over on the right-hand side of your screen, but it failed, and that is fairly common. He doesn't have Break Blade, so you kind of want maybe at least a couple people that can use shout so you can really spam it. You can put them to sleep. Good play, Freddeh. You can just sleep Spellblade one or both of the gargoyles, and then just shoot them down. So it's actually a free fight. He's basically won already.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, if you put them to sleep, their evasion, magic evasion, like, is almost 0%.
Sleep shouldn't affect their magic evade. They have some magic evade, and it scales up by location.
Okay.
But it's not. Shouldn't be too high right here. Darn, I was gonna mention something else, but I forgot what it was. Maybe it was how there's these two super hidden chests in the switch room of the island shrine. I saw Karma get one. He probably got both of them.
Yeah, he got both of them.
You cannot see these treasures at all. They're not visible on your screen, but in the lower corners of the switch room, there's two pieces of loot. So you might as well just grab them while you're in there.
And the summoner crystal here in the shrine, unfortunately we really don't have any summons outside of that shout and golem worth casting.
Yep, the summoner job is always nice. Something else will be found soon enough, I'm sure. Oh, okay. So we have a prediction in chat. Thanks for setting that up. We will find the fourth tablet before or after an hour 33. So within the next 13 minutes or so. So place your predictions.
So I'm gonna say before the 130 mark, or the 133 mark.
I'm going all in on Fork, and I'm gonna say after.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Oh, interesting. Same chest, both players, different little mini boss inside the chest. You want to see Pantera, which is what Karma got, because it's an easier fight. Whereas Freddeh has Invisible over there. I think Pantera is the more rare encounter in this monster in a box chest. So again, the luck is going Karma's way.
However, Pantera did cast the blaster spell, did one shot butts there. Deciding just to leave him down.
Yep. Well, there is a save point just before this boss fight, so you can just tent up and run into the boss fight, and you don't really lose much time. Yeah, Drossi, those particular chest encounters, it doesn't seem like they are seeded. For a time, I thought that they were, because they kept showing up as the same thing in some of our races. But we've now seen enough different ones that they don't seem to be seeded, as far as I can tell.
Alright, and we have probably one of the
Easiest
two easiest bosses. There's two bosses that are the literal definition of free. This being one of them, the other one being Go-Go.
Karma saving the animals, letting the wolves escape. So those of you that like to see the animals saved, Karma is your guy. He did it. And we'll see what Freddeh does. Ooh, and it gives Mirage Radar. Now that is interesting, because that is hints. There's another location unlocked, and that is shopping. Best shopping in the entire game. So this is a nice clear for both. Oh, looks. Oh, Freddie the Shoat missed, which is almost never happens. Sergeant is level 0, has no magic evade I'm aware of. It must have been like a 1% miss on the Shoat or something. It's very rare that you would see that.
And Freddy's going to kill the animals because he is launching the slash. We'll see. Yep, he's letting the slash go. So Freddy killing the animals.
Karma doing some shopping, getting okay. So Freddy kills the animals. For those of you that like to see that, we got to see both in this run here. Let's check the hints that Karma's going to get. Big guard, torn a canal on the path. Oh, nothing we didn't already know for those two hints.
No.
So the search continues.
However, we just saw a hint about Shrine Page at Karnak Escape. And we just got that Mirage Rider, so we may see him go up to the Bahamut
location. Yeah. And he'll do the double clear of North Mountain because I think he skipped it for World 1. And you know what? Like, that's barely a hint, but it's just like an accumulation of little bits of knowledge that also would point me in that direction too. The double mention of Shrine makes it more likely that it's required than just a single mention.
Alright, and we're going to see Karma. He's pretty much going to sell off 90% of his inventory here. May get close to 200,000 gil, and probably spend almost all of that in this one town alone. The first shop he opened up, all 6 items were definitely buyable. It had Haste 2, Doom, Ice 3, and like 2 other very useful spells. White Wind was in there.
Yeah, this is the sort of spending and selling spree that you go on. If you manage to get into Mirage Town, in most seeds, you're going to be in pretty good shape to go forth into the void. What tends to happen in career day is if you have to do a lot of searching around for the last tablet like this, you tend to become pretty darn powerful, and there isn't too much that can slow you down at the end. I'm not going to guarantee an easy void or anything, but we've got 2 good players here. They're pretty knowledgeable, and expect that they're not really going to struggle very much the rest of the way. We'll see.
As Karma did pick up Black Mage, so we'll see if he eventually switches over to cast the Doom he just bought.
Not a bad idea. There's definitely some doomable bosses still left out there.
Karma checking the info on the super boss in the void. Seeing that it is weak to mini. So
right, that's not very useful. That's not going to hit.
yeah, it's 98 or 99% magic evade.
Right. Yeah. Good luck getting that mini to hit.
I mean, he could for the memes if he gets it to hit. Kill the boss because he'll only deal 1 point of damage a turn.
How many rude bosses are still on the table? Well, we know we've got Necrophobia at Fork Tower. We haven't seen Omniscient, and we haven't seen Stalker. Those are the rude ones that come to mind to me immediately.
Twintania still out there. Triplets.
Yeah, triplets, I think we probably have some way that we could take care of them, but you're right, they could be tricky. I believe a Panda's already dead. That was a World 1 boss or something that was taken out.
Bahamut's still out there somewhere. We have not seen Bahamut yet.
Bahamut could be tough, and Shoat could be tough, as mentioned, although we do have some Aegis shields and things. So there are a fair number of rude bosses still possible, but I think we have the resources to deal with pretty much all of them.
Alright, so I'd like to point out that Freddie not finding the steamship key or the sub key, these runners are pretty much neck and neck now. If this is the 4th tablet here on the Bahamut spot, we have a race, a very close race. Yeah,
Freddie is going to the same spot as Karma, so this could pay off for both of them, or like I said, it could be locked behind Fork Tower. Ooh, easy boss. The big mammoth
Slash,
is not heavy, so yeah, slash works.
slash shoat, death potions. He's going with the shoat.
Yep, that works too. Basically, the only thing he's immune to that I can think of is sleep. Odin Esper, nice to get. Oh, but it only gives a gold hairpin as a reward, so we are back to the drawing board in our search for the last tablet. Really nice to get that Odin.
Yeah.
I mean, Odin is basically like the best, one of the best things in the entire rando.
It makes triplets now trivial.
Yeah, and that another gold hairpin doesn't hurt either as long as you're, using a couple of casters, which is sort of the standard play at this point, to have like a half and half party. So where do we go now?
So Karma still has all of the sub checks available
Hey.
to him.
Remind me, Winfox, did Karma actually do the World 3 Odin check, or did he just park out there and do the Bal Castle gate?
He did it. I believe this is where the steamship key was. No, the steamship key was somewhere else. Maybe this was the sub key.
No, you're right. It was steamship key, Bal basement. I wrote it down.
Okay.
So he did already do it. And this could lead Freddeh to the whole steamship and all that, which we already sort of know is probably not the way to go. And so Karma has come back to Fork Tower.
Probably definitely feels much more comfortable now fighting Necrophobia on the right side.
You just set up your team for Necro on the right and then hope for the best on the left.
Luckily, those the barriers, they're only going to be dealing, casting level 3 spells. They're not going to be casting Flare or Holy. So definitely survivable.
As to the question in the chat about the prediction, I think that we need to see the words fourth tablet on screen. And that will be the time at which the fourth tablet is found, I would say. You know what, though? There's also the odd situation where the right side gets the fourth tablet, but then dies on the left side and gets the tablet whisked away because of the reset. I think you have to fully obtain it and move on from the tower before you get credit for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to complete the dungeon you're in and be able to get out for it to actually count. So yeah, if that 4 tablet is on the Necro spot and he gets it sub 133 but then dies on the left side and it clicks past the 133, then
it won't count.
Then it won't count.
It's an interesting premise. I mean, even winning the fight before 133 could be a little tricky because Necro doesn't... It takes a little while for 2 people to kill a boss with all those parts and stuff. Freddeh gets the steamship key, probably is like, oh no, here we go. I'm going to have to chase that.
Yeah, we'll get the sub key.
He's going probably straight there. Oof, Karma going Bahamut versus barriers. Is it going to be a double Bahamut to try and kill them, or is it going to be a different move? I hope that double Bahamut's enough. Anyway, these barriers aren't very strong outside of the void, so Karma's not too worried right now. Yeah, he can put Golem up even probably with Lena soon and be okay.
Yeah, they're only casting level 2 spells, not level 3 like I thought they would.
Friendly Necro.
Yeah, all you do is survive essentially the first round, get the Golem up, and then drop another Bahamut, and we should be on to phase 2.
Yep, I believe so. This is a pretty low hit point location. Oh, actually, we're on the right side, so it's almost 20,000. But even so, The barriers are now down. Plus he's got protection with Golem. The flash blinding him doesn't matter because we're using mages. And he can just blast away with elemental attacks now, and it should be over pretty quick.
Yeah, he's probably going to use Bolt 3.
And Holy is
and
very good
Holy.
damage too, but Bolt 3 is even faster, so yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the fastest, I believe,
he has it.
Yeah, I believe Bolt 3 is the fastest spell animation in the game.
Yeah, one of the fastest. He doesn't have Bolt 3, so he's using Ice 3 instead, but that's fine.
And that should take him out here in 1 or 2 casts. Yeah, it's going to take a second Holy, but that should finish off Necro.
6 times 3 is 18. He needs to do 20, so here we go. One more, and this is a win. So, good. Got through Necro easily. Hopefully, the other side will be doable.
Yeah, I'm looking back over my tracker. I'm kind of keeping track of the bosses. The only thing that could really give him a problem would be Bahamut. Everything else is pretty tame at this point.
Way back at the beginning, Bahamut... Oh, excuse me, there's the 4th tablet. Karma did get the love song, which can be used against Bahamut, and I don't know if Freddeh has that.
He doesn't have Sing equipped, though.
Well, I meant for later. I wasn't thinking about this,
for sure.
But this can be a little bit of a tough fight. What you want is these sword dances. Dancers in the back row, which helps with survival but hurts your damage. It's a tough call here. This could end up... Oh, nice. He has summon. He can put up Golem. I wonder if I would move... If I would take a turn to move Dancer to the front row or not. I'm not sure. You need to get 4 sword dances to win, or 3 plus some ninja damage of throwing something strong. Greg 4 is really fast and can be really annoying. So, nice to have Golem up. Here, the RNG of sword dances is not exactly what you want to see. But yeah, the right-hand side of Fork Tower is where that 4th tablet was. Karma has it for now. If he can win this fight, he'll have it permanent.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to win this fight. You either just deal enough damage to kill him. I believe in this spot's 18,500, maybe slightly more than that. We did hit the cutscene transition.
Yeah, I think it's 17,000 here, but okay. Yeah, I mean we're good here. He's just going to talk a lot. You could, like you were saying, kill him outright, or you could just wait for him to stop talking and get exiled at this point. Yeah, if these fights had been reversed, the 2 Fork Tower fights, you could have actually used Greg's help to win the Necro fight, but I still think that this way is faster. I would actually continue to try to kill him myself, but he'll be over soon enough.
Yeah, he's opting just let the cutscene play out and let X-Death pull him into the cleft of dimension.
Yep, nice thing about Greg 4 is you kind of just have to survive. You don't always even have to kill him to win, and so that's kind of nice. Alright, so we're through. Fork Tower is down, and it was fairly rude, but doable. Holy Sword Magic and Trench Page. I don't see any need for Karma to actually go anywhere except the end now. But we'll see what his plan is. He's probably going to prepare a little bit before he dives into the void.
Yeah, he's probably going to heal up, probably hit a shop one more time, probably top off his Phoenix Downs and other consumables, and then probably make his way through the void.
Good call on Freddie's part going into Fork Tower. The question is, because this is blind for him, will he have the right setup to take on and defeat Necrophobe or not? And will he reset out and go somewhere else, or will he reset and try again right here? He needs to basically win here at Fork Tower to sort of stay reasonably close to Karma in the race. Yeah, you want to bring Summoner, or at least, summon abilities up the tower. That's sort of my advice if you're going in blind, because Summoner covers the most bases for you. And so I assume Freddeh has at least one person with some summon abilities. I didn't see what he put on.
Yeah, I know he spent about 30 seconds setting up a party. And then he just sent the first 2 people left, the second 2 people right.
Karma just got Samurai, so that is access to both Guild Toss and Mix for the end game if that's the way he wants to play it.
Yeah, he just got
Samurai here in the void in one of these chests.
Yeah, I believe he just picked up a Masamune as well, so he will have the priority katana.
Masamune is great because it gives you first turn and you can use it to cast haste. So it's almost like having a pair of running shoes on someone. Oh, it was Murasame instead.
Okay.
I missed that. Okay. Thanks for the help, Alistair. We have not seen Gogo yet. No. Gogo could be a nice break for our runners. At this point, he's going to be in a high hit point location, so you're not going to be able to one-shot him. So you don't want to actually be fighting him.
Alright, Karma finding the Freelancer Crystal, so that will take care of a lot of the issues of having to force the Samurai job on. So we could go, like, mix in blue on someone, and then...
Freddeh forgetting that the barriers have reflect, and you can't cast the break spell on them. You have to bounce it onto them. I don't think that Freddeh has the... I need to see his abilities, but it looked like he was didn't have quite what you wanted for the Necro fight. He might have put some of the useful abilities on the other side, unfortunately. Ooh, Karma getting some nasty Quintania damage from snowstorms and stuff. Has really low hit points. Might have to reset, which is a big long walk back from the entrance to the void all the way back in here. Okay, he's actually a little bit stabilized now because as long as he can cast a Doom spell, he's got the hit points to survive for Quintania's weak point. Actually, you would want to use the blue magic level 5 Doom because it's guaranteed to hit. The other things they have a chance to miss, although it's a small chance. Got it. Okay.
The double wind slash, just waiting for that message of the charging up for the one shot with the break.
One person survives, but that's all he needed because there's a save point coming up soon, and he'll be able to just use a tent or a cabin and be good as new. Freddeh with the second try now at the Fork Tower now that he has information. Certainly, Karma looked at Necro and didn't win either, so you can't really expect Freddeh to be able to just take on Necrophobia first try. So that's a pretty standard expected reset there, or death, I should say.
And this is actually good for Freddeh to not back out on this location. Now that we know it's the fourth tablet, because he has a lot of other options. He does have that sub key, so he has 3 other locations that he could go check.
Yes, good persistence. On the other side, Karma fighting the Crystal Guardians. I like to put Golem up first just to block all incoming damage because his summoner is the one wearing those running shoes, and what he was doing was hoping that that Odin would just end the fight instantly and it would have been over really fast, but I mean, he could have just gone for that next turn.
Yeah.
But he'll probably be okay. Even if not, he's not going to lose much time here. That looks like a reset or a party wipe, but he can do this almost the same next time. Just put that golem up right away and should be fine. Actually, he's taking. He's changing some abilities around and maybe some gear as well. Yeah, Odin needs to overcome the high level of those crystals, and the chance that Odin will true edge those crystals at Karma's level is probably about only like 40%. So the numbers play is to get Golem up first.
Yeah, probably what I would do with the summoners, I would get the golem up first turn, and I would put slash on all 4 of my party members and just start launching the slashes out there, because eventually they will all die. You know, even if it takes 2 full turns, they will die.
Sure, and you know, that's other characters. It gives them something to do, and it could prove quite useful. Really bad luck, actually, with the Odins. They're just not paying out.
And the Quake.
One more try. Here we go. All or nothing, and no, it fails again. Surprising. Either way, Karma's not losing that much time. I mean, he's going to get through this pretty soon, I think.
Yeah.
Still has like a pretty comfortable lead, so.
Freddeh having a much better fight on Necrophobe here. 2 of the barriers down before getting to the next phase. Definitely winnable at this point. Damage intake is much reduced.
Yep, getting some nice sword dances, taking out the barriers. He will have Holy for phase 2. He's putting up images now. He also has Summon, though, so he could put up Golem as well. Either way, I think he'll be fine. You can dance blind, it doesn't matter, so you can do that. Okay, Karma is putting up Golem at the start. I can't see him losing this fight because of that.
No.
So. Everybody's in the back row, so he's taking less total damage, so Golem will last longer.
Yeah, question in chat about any of the walls on Necrophobe's barriers be dispelled. They cannot be dispelled.
Yeah, those are permanent.
Yeah, it's like all of them have essentially a wall ring equipped.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Freddeh has beaten Necrophobia. Good start to clearing Fork Tower. Yeah, Omega also is permanent reflect that can't be dispelled. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Karma has beaten Crystal Guardians and Power of Golem at the start of a fight. Freddeh gets 4th tablet at 146.
I just has to get through this next fight.
Right, that's true. I shouldn't really say that he has it quite yet, because things could still go south right here. We'll see how that goes.
Opting to go with the image start instead of a golem. Either one works.
Yeah, this will be fine. Safety, like Greg just has a lot of annoying things that he can do. Like he blinded the Butts character, so now the white mage is going to be spending some time. Everybody's spend some time dealing with these statuses, and he's really fast, so by the time you get one status fixed, then sometimes he puts another one on.
Yeah.
Just setting up, though. I mean, eventually Freddeh looks like he's in pretty good shape now. A nice Mirage Vest find by Karma, which is really nice safety, extra safety. It's a gear. Chimera Brain at the save point, super easy.
Free fight, just an instant shoot, unlocks that save point. So I actually have a question for you, Dry. Does the Mirage Vest, does it provide 1 or 2 stacks of the image spell when it's equipped?
Only 1, but there is a glitch that you can use to refresh it just by going into your menu and switching a couple things around and then taking an action. It'll come back up again. So you can sort of cheat and get 1 image every turn that you take if you want. But yeah, it's not like the spell. The spell gives you two, both the image spell and the ninja's image ability. So the Mirage Vest is not quite as good as that, but because it has that exploit to it, in some ways you could even consider it better. Problem over on Karma's side, he went with Bahamut and the Poros, because of damage roll differences. 2 Poros are alive with low hit points, but he knows what to do here. Just get a Mute Blade up and attack them with it, and then they can't cast Life 2 when you kill them because they're muted.
Yeah, in this situation, there's 2 options. If you didn't have the Mute Blade or the Mute spell, some players would choose to haste both of them and just let them use Exploder and end the fight that way.
Yep. Yeah, they would explode themselves, killing themselves, and their hit points are so low at this point that they wouldn't hurt very much at all.
Yeah, they would deal less than 100 hit points each, because the damage rolls were less than 100 between each of them. So no one would die, so he was in no danger of dying or losing that fight.
That's a good sort of like heads-up play. Sometimes when there's only a couple of those left, people panic, but after you've dealt with it a few times, you realize that there's no need to really panic there. You just got to do the right thing and you're good. There's a Odin True Edge for us, and Liquid Flame is down instantly. Now we have one high hit point spot left before the final fight. The Twin Tanya location with 50,000 hit points. Let's see what this boss is going to be for Karma. Is it going to be easy or hard? Oh my gosh, it's Wing Raptor. Can doom this guy with his Black Mage. It's probably taking a minute to look that up right now.
Yeah, he's definitely double checking this one. Because I know that he knows it is instant killable. He's probably just double checking what his options are. Immediately heading for that doom.
Talk about some serious dodges. No Shope fight, no Stalker fight, no Omniscient fight at all in this seed.
Yeah, this seed with the bosses was very generous the entire way through. Even the Necrophobia fight there in the Fork Tower wasn't that bad.
Karma is on pace to get a sub 2, even though he had to do a ton of checks. So this is quite impressive.
Yeah, at this pace, he's probably looking at a 157 to 158. We'll spend a little bit of time here on the fight setting up with Samson powers to get the levels up for the gil tosses. He has way more than enough gil. I think he still has 200-something thousand. Yeah, 250,000 gil. Way more than enough.
I see that there was a prediction about whether Gogo would be in the void, and Fiery Blizzard does raise a good point that since we haven't seen the Necro spot, it's possible that Gogo's there, but I don't think we're going to see it, so we got to go with what we know on the on the prediction there. Okay, so Freddeh taking on Twin Tanya. And Karma almost wiped. So does Freddeh have any way to heal through this? Oh yeah, we got Cure 3s.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
Yeah, Twin Tanya looked to be really the only boss that was any sort of potential issues. The rest of them were all one-shottable with a variety of different spells.
Alright, now if I was paying close attention, which I was not, I would have been able to tell you what Karma's going to do in the final fight, but all I see is Freelancers, so I'm going to assume... Oh, wait a minute though. He doesn't have Gil Toss without Samurai, does he?
He picked it up from Moogle Village.
Oh, my bad. He went to Moogle Village. Alright, everything's fine then. He's going to go mix in Gil Toss with Freelancers.
Yeah, even if he didn't have...
They all have Aegis shields on, right? So
yes, they do.
No need to do the life shield mix, so that'll save him some time too.
Yeah, even if he didn't have the Gil Toss, I'm sure they have Leviathan, so he would have gone with the Elemental Power strategy instead.
Right, yep. but since he does have it, and I'm pretty sure he's got the money, everything should be... We should be seeing some max damage gill tosses probably, or something close to it.
And Freddeh taking down Twin Tanya with the Doom there during the Mega Flare charge up.
Yep, Freddeh had a smoother Twin Tanya fight, I would say. He kept everybody alive, whereas Karma had only one person alive at that fight. But at this point, that's just that's secondary because he just probably isn't going to be able to catch up. This is probably going to be a pretty easy fight for Karma. I don't really see him messing it up. Oh, it's got Sing strats going on. Okay. Arrow Song plus Speed Song, maybe. I thought he was going to use Nyx.
That's what I kind of thought he was going to do that too. It's much faster than going with Sing.
I don't know about that. You do these, combine these together, like it's a constant thing. You just sit back and wait. You get to capped speed and capped level really fast. Yeah, maybe he was short on a mix ingredient, and that's why he went with Sing.
Because I know did we not see, he may not have picked up antidotes.
Yeah, maybe that was a problem. Maybe I saw Revivifies in a shop somewhere, so I assume he bought those.
Yeah, I know he bought...
Not sure about antidotes, though.
Yeah, he bought 30 of them. I definitely saw him buy the Revivifies. I'm not... If Karma didn't see them, I'm not sure if Freddeh has them either.
The only thing that can slow you down when you have these two singers is you do have to hit both of them with like punches to stop them from singing, and they are holding a shield. It's possible they could block both of your punches. Although it's not very likely.
Oh, Freddeh, no. That is the wrong side. That fight.
Oh, you don't want to Odin the Puros. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
It's okay. He'll figure something out pretty quickly, I imagine. Otherwise, it goes on forever and ever and ever if you keep doing Odin. No.
Okay. I know he has Ice 3, so he could just spam Ice 3 on all 4, or on all 6 of them.
Yeah, that'll work. Some AoE and just don't use Odin, basically. Don't use any summons because it causes a healing counter. But you could use some summons, it just have to sit through the healing animation. Whatever.
Alright, and Karma starting the Gill Tosses. I saw the first one launch out for quad 9s. He's just punching his two singers out of their Sing now.
Yeah, Karma is so fast right now because of Speed Song that he's sitting there waiting for Ted, Tree X Death, to actually do something. I don't think he even needs to wait at this point. Just Gill Toss non-stop, and your team is fast. Your team is super fast.
Yeah, his ATB.
They all have max agility and haste, so.
Yeah, but his ATB meter was so fast that it only had to click twice, and it was already his turn again.
Yeah, that's what the Speed Song can do for you. It's a great combination because it compounds on itself, so you become faster and faster and faster as you go, and then your speed and your level cap at about the same time, and then you're ready to just toss away without the enemy hardly even getting a turn. It really trivializes the final fight. Anyway, Karma's still on pace for a sub 2 here. The transition between Ted and Ned takes about a little over a minute, but Neo X Death, also known as Ned, is going to go down real fast.
Yeah, just 7 Gill Tosses. It's going to go really fast, especially with his ATB meters.
Yep.
Incredibly fast the way they are.
And Freddeh is really struggling with the Puros, using Odin over again, which is just not the way to go here. They've got a lot of MP here. Oh, he did mute some. Did he mute all of them to prevent this?
May have muted all of them. That is...
Wow, that's pretty impressive. I've never seen that strategy used. All right, that is a way to win. You just mute them all because mute spellblade duration is so long that like 1 or 2 people can mute them all, and then you can Odin them. That works. And time. IBKarma has finished. I'm waiting for his official time to show up in the race room. Oh, there it is. 1:58:10.
Yeah, with that win, that does move Karma onto the winners bracket finals in 2 weeks, in week 6 of this tournament.
And I don't think is it winners bracket finals already? Wow.
Yeah, in week 6 we'll have the winners bracket finals, and then 2 weeks after that will be the grand finals for the whole tournament. But yeah, he'll be facing the winner of the race tomorrow afternoon between Francois Harpy and Alistar.
Right, but I'm sorry, winners bracket finals, but not the grand final. Okay, that makes sense to me now.
Yes.
My bad. Yeah, it's double elimination, of course, and Karma has not lost any matches yet, so he's sitting in a great position.
And we are actually joined by Karma GG. Very fast run race.
GG's. How far behind me is he?
He's at Wing Raptor right now.
Not too far behind.
Yeah, Freddie's done a pretty good job catching up. You had the lead for a lot of the race. Ended up doing more checks than Freddie. You were just too fast in general. Sub 2 doing all those checks is very impressive. Way to go.
Thank you. I think the only things I left behind was stuff in World 1 I couldn't do, or that was sandworm bait. I left behind Barrier Tower, and then I left behind Falls, Sunken Waltz.
All that sub stuff was good to just fade the sub stuff. You don't want to do that.
So if you notice, the first thing I did when I got into World 3 was I went straight to Fork Tower, because I knew it was in there, because everything had given us double. So Flying Lonker Ruins gave us both the anti-bear and a tablet. I think Ifrit's library gave us both. It wasn't Flying Lonker Ruins. It was Ifrit's. It was Ifrit, and then what was the other one? They gave us bracelet.
Yeah,
was that one library?
So the
library was double. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tablet plus the bracelet, and then the Flying Lonker Ruins was another tablet plus anti-barrier. I mean,
yeah.
They were all double stacked everywhere.
So when we had the hint for Muah Forest on Path to Void, I was like, watch, it's gonna be there. And then I got to Necro and I was like, this is uncomfortable. If I find Summoner Crystal, since I found Bahamut, I can do it, but let's dig around a little bit. And I went to Shrine and found Summoner Crystal, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was a interesting check the first time that you went. It threw both of us. We weren't expecting it. And then there was some predictions that came up in chat, like, how long will it take before we find the 4th tablet? And so Windfox was on one side, that he thought you'd find it soon, and I said, all right, I'm going with Fork Tower. Got to go back there to get it, so it's going to take a little longer. But that was a lot of fun, actually. There was I think maybe 3 different predictions that people in chat were able to do during the race.
I haven't even joined chat. I probably should.
Yeah, well, the regulars are here, but I'm sure we've got some more as well. Some more folks who are enjoying the race. It was very entertaining. I think you made a lot of good decisions along the way. Anything stand out to you, or you, Windfox?
Something that stands out to me right now is that samurai, butt samurai skin is just awesome looking.
Yeah, the samurai often tends to be like rainbow, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the one he got was really awesome. Also, I appreciated the red robes on the white mage for Lena.
And black mage looked pretty cool too, from what I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a midnight blue with like a neon green hat or something like that.
I kept beating myself up though. Well, he's actually got the same black mage I had, red robes with a neon green hat. It looks like on Kara, Kryl.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But the seed overall
say
was very generous.
Yeah, there was like good stuff early. I was a slightly worried that maybe you wouldn't get an early tablet and you wouldn't have Holy for X Death, because Freddeh did grab Holy, I think, first visit to Sealed Castle, and you did not. But it didn't end up mattering.
And the only reason I didn't, and it's a gamble either way. I didn't have White 6 or White Mage, and they weren't available in there. If they were in there, yeah, you snap it. But with them not being available in there, I just was like, okay, I'm not going to risk it. If I get a second tablet and one of those before then, which I did, I got White Mage Crystal, then I'll go back for it.
Yeah, the White Mage was at Hiryu Valley, and Freddeh had already checked Hiryu Valley before he went, so he was just in a better knowledge position to take it.
Also, light staffs are purchasable, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw you buy some of those before you got White Mage, so you already had like a backup Holy plan. So yeah, you're all good.
Should have broke one against.
So Freddeh is mixing up his TED fight right now. Should be done and able to join us pretty soon.
Oh, did he not buy Age of Shields?
Looks like he didn't, because someone just got Whitehold. Yeah.
Yeah, I snapped up all four.
He can put the mix up, maybe the life shield mix up instead. So I have never timed it, but I think that Hero Song plus Speed Song can be faster than mixing everybody up individually because of all of the menuing you need to do. What do you think there, Karma?
I mean, it's what I used. I think it takes roughly like a minute and a half for the songs, because I was sitting there just watching the clock. And the speed song was the one I was worried about. I could have let the speed song actually probably tick another time or two, because I don't think it was maxed. Because the heroic song maxed out first because he was hasted.
Yeah.
But
that's
I think
probably the case. Like, basically, your agility number as a freelancer is probably in, like, well, you had mastered some stuff. Your agility number is actually pretty close to your level, so it should be pretty close to capped at around the same time as Hero Song. But yeah, it may have been off by a few ticks.
Well, so the only way I think that it might not be faster is if you were mimicking mixes.
Yes, mimicking mixes is a new level of speed, because you might even have a Dragon Fang or two that you can mimic and get people capped out really fast with that.
So I think that would be worth time. I think regular mixing, like he's doing right now, I think that's definitely slower than singing. But if you have mimic mixing, that probably is faster.
And then also, once your speed is so high, the fight is even more free once you actually start attacking.
I was so sad I had haste 2 and couldn't cast it.
Yeah, that is sad when you can't do that. It's such a great spell.
Oh, you should see me. I was so happy when I saw it in Mirage. I was like, yes, haste 2. And then
probably like the main really good resource that you weren't actually able to use. You were able to use everything else that seemed pretty good.
Oh yeah, the Doom came in clutch too.
Yeah, even Doom at the end. We were kind of thinking, what are the nasty bosses that are left that might show up? Bahamut or Stalker or Omni, but none of them did.
I had everything, but actually I had everything covered. I think I had Love Song, Sleep Sword, and Mute Blade.
Yeah, you would have been able to handle it. It just would have taken a little longer. That's all. You might not have gotten sub 2 if you had to like.
Oh no,
an
no,
Omni or
if it was
something.
a Stalker or an Omni or something. No, it would not have been a sub 2.
Yeah.
I mean, a sub 2 with 4.
So we like to see that. We like to see the sub 2 because you're pretty good at pulling it off.
Well, I knew Necro wasn't going to do a lot of damage when I saw him the first time. It's just I didn't have a good way to damage everything. Like, I didn't have any good AoEs other than throwing scrolls, and that would have took way too long.
So when you first entered that Necro fight, you actually did have Shoat on your summoner. So I was kind of thinking, like, why you didn't just Shoat all 4 of them down and then use your Black Mage, because you have the exact same setup going in the first time they did it the second time. Why you just
No, I didn't. I had a melee over there.
Was it a melee?
I had split them. I had the Dancer on that side. With the Black Mage with Summon, and I could have done that. The issue would have been that it was just risky because Necro hits like a truck.
He does.
Yeah, I mean that would have been the way if this was like open to more people, and if somebody went to Fork early and stuck with Necro early, that's the way that they could have beaten you. But one-on-one race, like you don't expect your opponent to necessarily go to Fork early, and then you also. I mean, when you reset out, I was like, yeah, I'd probably reset out here too and do some other quick checks.
And honestly, what I was looking for was I was looking for Mirage Radar because there was the hint that it was somewhere in World 3.
Yeah. Yeah, you wanted those hints, you wanted the shopping, and then you would be good to go. Let me just point out that Freddeh now has transitioned to Neo X Death's portion of the fight. Also, he has followed his spreadsheet rules to make sure that this is costing him as little gold as possible. He might actually be a little short on money, but I think that he mixed himself up to the appropriate level so that he'll make it through just fine. I didn't see his gold total going in, but he is. This is like technically the most efficient way to do it is to get yourself
level 82.
He's probably like in the low 80s to the low 90s.
82 is the exact optimal, apparently.
Yeah, and he worked that out. So he's showing that off, and that's a GG for Freddeh. And his official time is 2:10:24. So about 12 minutes behind you, which I've lost to Karma by 12 minutes myself. I think it happened in our first race or something like that. Not sure.
We've had a lot of races, though.
Hey, Freddeh, GG's to you.
GG's.
GG, Freddeh.
How do you feel about the seed?
It went from, okay, where's anything, to, oh, hey, I'm basically in Go mode. Maybe I'll just get Go mode on the way up to... No, okay. Well, I guess I'll just check the rest of everything then.
Yeah, a lot of checks and no great hints about where that last tablet was.
Yeah, hints were worthless. I mean, I guess the more was maybe a double hint towards Fork Tower, but
there was a lot of funky double checks in this.
Okay, looking by the trackers, it actually looks like you checked most of the same stuff I did. I was just slow, apparently.
Well, Karma's definitely a really fast player. Yeah, and he definitely got out of, my gosh, he cleared Extes Castle only 54 minutes in.
Just say, I thought it was.
I believe if you find it,
him.
I had basically last locationed Bracelet, so.
Yeah, you did more World 1 checks, Freddeh, and then Karma went back to do those because he had skipped them earlier. So it kind of evened out a bit, and there was a time at which you were both. Were they both checking Fork at the same time?
Yeah, you were both on the Necrophobia fight at the exact same time.
Oh, on my second visit.
Yeah, it's just that Karma had a better setup for it to get through it faster.
Did you have Break Sword?
No, I did, but and I could have used that too, honestly. But what I did was, I actually went in there right after I got into World 3, so I was in Fort Tower at like an hour, and I saw the Necro fight, and I was like, if I have Summoner, so I can cast this Bahamut to make this quick. I'm like, I'm good. Let me go check some other stuff.
Oh yeah, I guess Bahamut would have worked too. I just ended up dancing through it with some shell and healing magic.
Yeah. Freddie, there was one chest in Graveyard that you skipped, and that was the break sword.
Was it really that one freaking sword?
Yes, that one chest.
That chest is never anything. I never bother with that chest.
The one that I actually
I have
forgot.
decided to skip that myself, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, like I don't feel bad for that. Not at all. Like,
So
if anything good is either there or like the Bow Castle canal thing, then it's fine. I don't care. Like,
plus you found
it's
two
whatever.
other sources of break anyway, so it's not.
Yeah, I had
important.
Shoat right away.
Yeah.
And actual break eventually once I found Black Mage. But yeah, I guess Bahamut probably would have been fine. I think both the
As
strategies
usual,
are
it was
okay.
sort of just Karma doing checks faster than his opponent, which is I don't think anybody really does checks faster than him, so that's kind of to be expected. You did fewer checks.
I messed up a couple fights,
and that
for
was
sure.
your, could have worked out to your advantage, but just not quite.
There's no way I did fewer checks than you did. I didn't mess. I can count 5 minutes of time that I lost in fights. Like
I did. The only things
Good
I skipped
question. I
were
don't know what
Barrier
total.
Tower. I skipped Falls Page. I skipped Underwater Walls, and I skipped
no, that's the exact same things I skipped.
I skipped Walls Tower and World 1 because we didn't have access, and Sandworm
Maybe
Bait
you
and
ended up doing
Pyramid.
the same checks.
Well, I accidentally did Desert because I was.
Yeah, I didn't
Tripping.
do either of those. I think that's
That
it.
wasn't it.
I did, but I was in World 3, Freddie, and I'd only done one meteor.
Fair enough. Yeah, like I had pretty much full cleared. Like I managed to only do the library in one shot, but I was just getting some XP before more forest checking World 1 checks for whatever.
Oh,
Just
also,
may as well check World 1 checks since they're all one-shottable at this point.
I also went
Yeah,
back.
I mean,
I
that
never
was
went back for
perfectly
Fairview
viable.
Valley.
I did spend like I spent way too much time on Timmy. I was thinking Slash would work a lot faster than it did. I should have just freaking death potioned it my first fight instead of resetting and trying to slash
Yeah,
it.
I
That
will say
was
that Karma
silly.
had some decent luck, and he was able to slash Timmy first try.
Oh, I hate you.
It's
I
okay.
did,
and
I did 10 slashes and didn't
I
get a
got
single
paid back.
F it and death
I
potion.
got paid back on Guardians. I missed 6 Odins in a row.
Ooh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I did get first
yeah.
shot Guardians.
I
And then I had to
literally,
do.
I died twice trying to Odin them, so I just like screw it, and I ended up Bahamuting them down.
I should have just Bahamut.
Took 2 Bahamuts.
I'm trying to figure out what's the fast way of doing Perbolos.
I did one
you
Bahamut.
did a strange thing, Freddie, but it worked.
Oh, that's right. You can just kill it regularly. That's right. I forget. I don't know what I was thinking. I was forgetting that I had Bahamut for most of the second half of that seed. I just never had it equipped.
Well,
or if I did, it was on. Yeah.
Maybe you didn't have like summon 5 or something, so it wasn't in the menu or something. I don't recall. Like, did you have?
I had it.
You didn't
I
have
had
the
it. It was
summoner
just.
job on?
It was already on like Shoat and Odin, so I just didn't see it at the bottom for a lot of the time. And whenever I did see it, I just was like, "Oh yeah, I have that," and then immediately forgot about it for any fight that mattered.
In my race,
Yeah, I spent like 2 extra
I
minutes
got,
on
like,
that.
break spell early, and I literally thought it was break sword, and I was going into my black magic menu, and I was not using break because I didn't think I had it, even though it was like right there.
Oh yeah,
so
I remember that
stuff
one.
like that happens.
It does. There's a lot in this game.
Ferris's
Yeah.
Chocobo has something wrong with it.
This ending
If you look,
sometimes
check
doesn't
out
really
just that one.
look right.
Yeah,
No,
I also underestimate Bahamut a little bit. Like, I don't use it enough because I just don't think it's that good because it's so friggin' slow. But so is
I agree.
Holy and Mute Sword strats. So sure.
Yeah, I agree. I don't prefer it, but it is handy sometimes, and it's good to
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
It did kill all but 2 of the Poroboros bombs. 2 of them survived and cured 2 because of the rolls, but I had a magic sword equipped, so I just muted them both.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. Is I was just doing mute, and then just Odin'd them. After like 2 Odins of them just lifing twoing. I did the second one because I was like, oh, they'll just all use all their mana and then it'll be fine in like 3 or 4 of them. Then I thought about it for a second, like, wait a second, only one's doing it at a time. Never mind.
And
Yeah, they
if
can
you remember
cast
Windfox,
life 2 on the whole team.
And
Yeah.
if you remember Windfox with the Berserker, they can revive in that spot like 6 times each.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point. He went through a lot of them.
Yeah, each. Yeah, they get a lot more MP the deeper you go into the game. Yeah. But it was a fun and entertaining race. I think that everybody enjoyed it.
Good.
Unfortunately, I do not have schedule in front of me. I see some people in chat, and I bet Windfox can bail me out here.
Yep.
There's a race here
I'm
tomorrow at 2
against-
p.m., which is upper bracket again.
And I'm
So,
checking exactly
I got it
which
now.
one.
I'm against the winner of Malcrios and Slackaholicus,
Yep.
which is, I think, tomorrow? Or is that the Thursday one?
That's the Thursday race.
It's a Thursday race.
Yeah, tomorrow we have.
We're on SpeedGaming 1 on main.
Yeah, tomorrow's on SpeedGaming
Nice.
Prime at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then at 3 p.m. Eastern over on one of the Randomania channels will be myself versus Garlisle. And then Thursday on one of the Randomania channels we have the Malcrios versus Slackaholicus race.
And that one's at 7
Right
p.m.
on.
Eastern.
Yes.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, just for the Speed Gaming channels in general, we do have the Final Fantasy V race tomorrow at 2 p.m. on Speed Gaming Prime. It looks like just a variety of the Super Metroid Rando League races. A couple of it looks like one of those tomorrow. Some Hollow Knight races. Pac-Man World 2. All right, I'm off tomorrow. Too bad I'll be racing when that's going on. And it looks like a Link to the Past main tournament qualifier tomorrow evening. So a lot going on. Yeah, a lot going on in Speed Gaming on all the channels tomorrow, as well as a couple Final Fantasy races.
All right, sounds great. Does anybody have any final thoughts about this race or anything in general that they want to mention before we dip out of here?
GG's Karma. Good luck next round. And hopefully I'll see you in the finals.
Yeah, GG's. It was a good time. I wouldn't be sad about either one of those times with a required fork seed.
With a required Necro on fork seed.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
times
I'm fine with
to
my
both
time,
of you. Yeah, sorry, that was a pretty rough seed in some ways, and you both handled it quite well.
Mhm.
And let's give thanks also to Speed Gaming for Restream, and we got Ike here on the tracking as well, who is going to end the stream for us shortly, as long as everybody's happy that anyone have anything else to say?
Just want to give just huge thanks to Speed Gaming for kind of putting everything together for us, kind of last minute, scrambling to send and receive images from a variety of different people. Drossi for helping set this race up tonight for us, getting
Yes,
the race stream up
indeed.
and going. So huge thanks to Drossi, the entire SG staff for being very accommodating to letting us get this set up in very short notice.
Also, don't let
Yes,
let
second and
Windfox.
third and fourth that.
Yep, and don't let Windfox fool you. He did the layout, and it looks awesome. So big props to him for the layout and the way everything looks on the stream.
Yeah, I made sure to mention that right at the start, but I think it's great that we mention it again at the end, because this is the layout we're going to see going forward in the tournament, and it looks great.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Have a wonderful night. GG's, Freddeh, and Karma. And with that, everyone have a good night. Hashtag Berserker.
See you tomorrow.
I couldn't do it this time. I'm sorry, Windfox. I even got Berserk and a Yoichi bow at one point, but I'm like, I already have Chicken Knife Dancer.